Hello fellow stackers, 365 here, welcome back to my channel. Now I hope this video is going to come out okay because I'm sitting in my front room at my dining room table and I'm filming with the daylight. Now the sun is setting, so it's pretty much direct sun coming straight in on the table. So I don't know how well the video is going to come out, but I thought it'd be quite cool to play around with it and see how it looks, because when you film silver in daylight, now not in direct sunlight, in actual just daylight, silver looks really, really nice. But I've never actually filmed in like kind of direct sunlight like this. Like you can see already how reflective it is. So I thought it might give it a little bit of a different effect. I'm not sure how well the video will come out, but I am all up for experimenting, filming in different places, as you've seen when I'm filming on the beach. I just think it's quite cool to try different things, because you never know, I might go to edit this video when I finish recording and it might actually look really cool. It might have quite a nice effect with like the sun coming across and the shadows and all the rest of it. Or I might go to edit this video when I finish recording and think, oh, that was a bit of a disaster. The shadows got in the way. You couldn't see the detail on the coins and all the rest of it. But I think it's very important as well to keep your videos authentic and as raw as possible. And what I mean by that is I really like watching smaller YouTube channels. Now I love finding channels that have just started on YouTube and they've just started stacking and they've got their first 1 ounce piece or their first 5 ounces or whatever it may be, and they've literally just uploaded 1 or 2 videos. I love stumbling across those little hidden gems because they're the best type of videos. They're raw, they're authentic, they're not trying to push an agenda, they're not trying to promote a mining stock or some company that doesn't have anything to do with stacking and investing and money and all the rest of it. And I just think that when you find a channel where it's a kind of really basic video, they've set it up, and this is a prime example, the silver stacker. Now many of you have seen me talk about the silver stacker before. I quite often share his videos in the community posts, and here's a prime example. When I first stumbled across his channel, he was filming on his bed, so literally on his mattress. I'm pretty sure it was his mattress. He might correct me in the comments, but I'm sure it was he was just filming on his bed, and he would have a couple of ounces of silver because he had just started, and he had the camera set up. It was all wobbly because he had his like kind of tripod or whatever his camera was rested against on his bed, and as he was filming it was rocking around and the lighting wasn't great and all the rest of it. And I loved watching those videos because it was nice to find a new channel that had just started stacking. He'd thought, you know what, sod it, I'm just going to set up my camera and start talking about my silver. And I just find those videos really inspiring to see that people are still only just discovering precious metals and they actually want to share it with the world. Now, I get why people don't always want to create videos and put it out there for the world, because stacking is one of those investments that people invest in because they like to be off the radar. They like to be off the books. They don't like anyone to know that they stack. So that's completely fine as well. And if you're one of those people, and I know there's lots of people that watch my videos that don't even like to comment because they want to completely stay anonymous, and that is perfectly fine as well. But I just really enjoy finding channels where people have just started stacking, they've just done their first video or they've got the first 2 videos up, and yeah, it's really raw. It's kind of like this video really, where they've just set a camera up, they've got some silver on the table, not hundreds of ounces of silver, they just got a few ounces of silver, and they're just talking and they're filming raw footage. And I want to keep this channel as raw as possible. However many subscribers this channel gets, fast forward say 5 years, if I've got 50,000 subscribers, I still don't want to be a channel that sells out and starts only filming content that I think people want to see. I want to just film content that I want to film. Some videos might do really well, some videos might not do so well. I have some videos on this channel that have 200,000 views. I have some videos on this channel that only have 100 views. It was only a couple of weeks ago that I was showcasing my Pokemon collection and my Pog collection and things like that, and those videos have only got about 100 views because people don't want to see those sort of videos necessarily. They want to see my silver stack and me talking about silver, because that's what the channel's predominantly about. But for me, I just enjoy creating content, I enjoy sharing my journey, and it's nice to have the freedom. I'm not sponsored by a company that tells me I have to upload 3 times a day, or I have to post X amount of posts on my Instagram, when I have to talk about this topic and I can't say this and I can't say that, and I have to promote their product every 5 videos. Or, do you know what I mean? I don't like being restricted. And it's nice just having the freedom to be able to record whatever I want to record. And like I was kind of saying before I went off on a bit of a tangent, is however big this channel gets, I always want to keep it as raw as possible. I want to keep it as honest as possible. I want to share my thoughts on stacking. I want to share when I think negative thoughts about stacking. I want to share when I think positive thoughts about stacking. I just want to share my journey. It's like a diary. It's nice to be able to look back at this channel in, say, 2 years' time and see how my minds have changed and all the rest of it, because things change all the time. One minute you might decide to focus on gold, and I might be uploading videos on this channel going, oh, I'm focusing on gold, I'm not buying any silver. And everyone might be like, hang on a minute, this is 365 days of silver. You can't be predominantly stacking gold. But the beauty of it is I can upload whatever I like, and I'm not restricted to what I upload. And that's what I want to keep doing. I never want to get tied down. I never want to feel like I have to upload a certain type of video. I want to be able to do these more spontaneous videos where I'm sitting down, I've got a glass of whiskey. I've actually got a mixer in my whiskey today. I don't often put a mixer in my whiskey. I like it on the rocks, but sometimes they sink down a little bit too quick. And before you know it, a bottle of whiskey is gone. I've just opened a new bottle of whiskey. I've got the Hague Club whiskey, which is a fairly cheap whiskey in the grand schemes of whiskey, and it's one of the whiskies that was promoted by David Beckham. And when someone first recommended I try it, they actually brought me a bottle for Christmas. It was one of the people I work with. They brought me a bottle to try, and they said, oh, David Beckham promotes this whiskey and blah blah blah. And I'm completely not into football or anything like that. I know, obviously I know who David Beckham is, but I'm not into sports and football and all that sort of stuff and idolising footballers and all the rest of it. And it actually put me off the whiskey before I'd even tried it. The fact that David Beckham sponsored it, I was like, oh, here we go. So he's been paid however many millions of pounds to say he loves this whiskey. He probably doesn't even drink whiskey. And it really put me off. And when I actually tried it, it's actually a really nice whiskey. So, yeah, don't always judge a book by its cover. It's a cheaper whiskey, but yeah, it's called the Hague Club. Let me just grab the bottle and I'll show you it. Yeah, so here's the bottle. So it's literally called the Hague Club. Comes in these nice square blue bottles, 40%. And yeah, it's just I think this bottle was like £25 including delivery. So yeah, it's a really kind of budget whiskey, but it's a really nice tasting whiskey. And sometimes it's nice just to have a mixer with your whiskey, so they're not just sinking down. Because before you know it, I could probably polish this bottle off in 3 days if I was just having a good few drinks every evening, if I was drinking it on the rocks. Because you know, when you tip yourself a whiskey at home, you never use a measurement. You're probably tipping 4 shots of whiskey every time you have a drink. It's not like when you go to the pub and you order a whiskey and they measure it all out and you get a little bit in the bottom. It's literally tipping it in, isn't it? So yeah, sometimes it's quite nice to put a mixer with it and make it a bit of a longer drink and enjoy it for a bit longer and make the bottle last for a little bit longer as well. Just gonna have a sip. I feel a bit bad actually because I'm filming this on a Wednesday, so it's kind of clashing with Creative Precious Metals Whisky Wednesdays because it's a bit of a longer form chat video. But I'm not going to upload this on Wednesday. I'm not going to upload it today. I'm going to edit it. I'll probably upload it tomorrow or the day after. So yeah, so it's not going to be a rip-off of Creative Precious Metals Whisky Wednesdays. Sorry, just have another sip there. And to be fair, I did give Creative Precious Metals the idea to start the series Whisky Wednesdays. So yeah, I feel like he won't mind me filming a similar themed video on an actual Wednesday as well. If anything, cheers Creative Precious Metals. 365 is making his own Whisky Wednesday, but like I said, it won't be called that and it'll be uploaded on a different day, so don't worry. Whisky Wednesdays is your trademark. I absolutely love Whisky Wednesdays. And I think it was Shiny Precious Metals, was it? I think it was. I'm sure it was Shiny Precious Metals that just done a video that I just watched. I lose track because I like to watch as many videos as I can, and I don't always get a chance to comment on every video I watch. I try to like every video and comment on every video I watch, but sometimes I'm watching videos whilst I'm doing things, and then I click the next one and I carry on doing things. So yeah, I watch more videos than it actually appears that I watch, because I don't always comment on the videos I watch. So I'm always giving out you views for your videos, but not always comments and likes, because like I said, sometimes I'm doing stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's Creative Precious Metals said a comment on Shiny Precious Metals channel saying he should do a Tea Tuesdays, because he said something about in his video about I won't be doing a Whiskey Wednesdays, because he was showing off like his teapot collection. And then Creative Precious Metals said in the comments you should do a Tea Tuesdays. So yeah, maybe if enough of you jump over to his channel and tell him it'll be a good idea, we'll start seeing a regular series from Shiny Precious Metals. I hope it was his channel that was saying it. Like I said, I lose track because I'm trying to watch videos whilst I'm giving the kids dinner and all the rest of it. But as you can probably tell, I'm off work tomorrow. So yeah, I'm having a couple of whiskies. But yeah, this is a bit of a long-winded video to do an unboxing, but I hope you're going to like what I've got in here. I've got a pretty good idea of what's in here, judging by the weight, because I have got like another 8 or so parcels, 9, I lose track now. I've got quite a few more parcels to unbox that all built up when I was away on holiday, but this one is roughly the right weight for what I think it is, so that's why I've chosen to do this video today. So yeah, I'm going to have one more sip of whiskey. I don't know if I'm going to edit this video much. I might leave this video a more longer formed video for those of you that like, because I know some people like watching kind of the short form videos where they're 5 minutes long and you get straight to the point, you unbox a coin, you showcase it, and that's it. But then there's also people that like these longer formed videos where you can sit down yourself of an evening and watch it back. Or some people have told me before they like listening to my videos whilst they're driving somewhere. It's almost like a podcast. These like kind of longer videos, they put them on in the car when they're driving and they're listening to them. So yeah, I know some people do appreciate these more relaxed, hardly edited, just chat videos, and I think that's why Creative Precious Metals is going to do so well long term with his Whiskey Wednesdays, because it's a really nice video to be able to sit back, watch. You can have a drink yourself and just listen to someone talking about precious metals and investing. And I'm really loving the collaboration videos. Now, this actually falls quite nicely onto why I picked up this, but I want to start with Future Investments and the Stack Collector. They've started doing regular every Sunday, either 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, around that sort of time, UK time. They do a live chat. Now, since they've been doing it, I think they've only missed one, and that was because they both had stuff going on, but they're pretty consistent. Every single Sunday they do a live collaboration, and it's such a good video to watch. You get so much value from it. You ask a question, they answer your questions, and they don't just answer your questions, they elaborate on it. And it's a really great matchup because the Stack Collector is really knowledgeable on collecting in general. Really, he's a real collector. He likes collecting different things. He's got lots of experience in lots of different subjects, and he's got more knowledge on the kind of numismatic coins and the old circulated coins and things like that. So he's more of a kind of collector, and he's got a lot of knowledge on the numismatic side of things, whereas Future Investments, as you know, he is more of a stacker in terms of weight. He likes his gold, he likes his silver, he likes his bullion. He's not really into his proof coins. I don't think he's even got a proof coin. I think he's got one proof coin, and that is because the Stack Collector sent it to him for his birthday, I believe. So yeah, he's not really into kind of, he just wants to build up weight. He wants to buy capital gains tax precious metals, and that is his speciality. He knows about gold and silver in its bullion form. So it's really good, because when people ask questions in the live chat, if it's kind of numismatic, the Stack Collector jumps on it and he answers it, and he knows all about it. And if he doesn't, he quite often searches it whilst on the video so that he can kind of research it and talk about it. And he's teaching himself as he goes along, because he just loves learning about that sort of stuff. And if the question's more kind of invest in precious metals and bullion, then Future Investments jumps on it. and it's just a really nice pair. It's a great matchup. I absolutely really love watching those videos every Sunday, and they always go off on a bit of a tangent. Whatever people are chatting about in the live chat, that's the kind of direction the video goes. And sometimes they go on for like 2.5 hours, but it just flies by. You feel like you've been watching it for half an hour, and you look at the time, it's like 2.5 hours have gone. And it's just really, really good. And even when they both do their own lives individually, they're both very, very good at doing lives. Now, I think I'd be awful at doing lives. A number of people have said to me, like, jump on and do a live and we'll see how it goes. But I don't know. I think sometimes it's best to stick in your own lane. And I know it's very good to come out of your comfort zone and try different things, and that's how you grow, by trying different things and doing things out of your comfort zone. But for me, I don't know, I just don't like the idea of live. I don't think I would perform very well on a live, because I'm not very good at like thinking that quickly. If someone's asking questions in the live chat, for example, I'm probably overthinking this, but if people are asking questions in the live chat and I'm not 100% sure of the answer, I don't want to kind of sound stupid and be like, oh, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm overthinking it, but I don't think live is for me. I'm not ready to do lives. I have no interest in doing lives. I know many of you have said to me I should do lives, but I don't think I'll ever do lives on this channel. Not for a long time anyway, because it just doesn't interest me. It's not what I enjoy doing. I enjoy filming content. I enjoy sitting back, watching it, editing it, and yeah, I don't know. I like having a bit more control over my videos. I think if I mess up something, I say something wrong, or I accidentally swear, or someone knocks on the front door, or whatever it may be, I like having the option to be able to cut it out the video and all the rest of it. Whereas if you've got a live, it's raw, unedited. You haven't got the luxury of being able to adapt to what's going on at home, kind of thing. And it's difficult when I've got small children at home. You never know. Like my son and my daughter are in bed at the moment. My partner's working, but one of them could walk down any minute. Well, the other one of them couldn't because they're in a cot. But my eldest son, he could walk down any minute and have a bad dream, and he's crying and all the rest of it. And I don't know. I think like that side of things just puts me off doing lives. I like being able to do a video. If I need to pause it halfway through, I can. If I need to edit something out, I can. Yeah, I might be overthinking it. I might do a live in the future. I'll probably have to have a few more whiskies though. It's just not really my strong point. I've never been a big fan of doing lives and things like that. But like I said, future investments, absolute natural and lives. I remember watching his first live and he was just flawless. It was amazing. He was just flowed. He was so confident. His first live was like he'd been doing them for years. One of his early lives, it might have even been like his second live, he invited people to come on, and some random person, can't even remember who it was, I think it might have just been a viewer, just came on and he was just chatting away, and the viewer was showing off his stack. And yeah, just, I don't know, some people have got that ability to just kind of talk on the spot, and that's just not my strong point. So, but yeah, the stat collector is exactly the same. The stat collector did his first live, and I talked to the stat collector outside of YouTube as well, through email and WhatsApp and all the rest of it. And he said he was so nervous for his first live, but you could never, if I hadn't have told you that, you'd never have known. If you look back at his first lives, you can never tell that he was nervous about it, and he really wasn't kind of looking forward to it. He was a bit kind of anxious about it, but absolutely smashed it. And now he's done lives now where they've gone on for 3 hours, and they just, like I said, they go on a bit of a off topic, but it's amazing because whatever people are talking about in the live chat is so interactive. Like they talk about conspiracy theories, dive in, like the list goes on. Like you need to watch some of these lives, because some of them go on for 3 hours and they feel like it's only half an hour or an hour, because you're just so engaged in it. And that takes it over nicely to the lives of Creative Precious Metals and Cobra Stacker. They've started doing regular lives. They do a weekly live together. And again, it's absolutely amazing because it's two older gentlemen that have got a lot of life experience. Both of them are fairly new to investing. Now, I don't know how new they are to invest in terms of other investments, but in terms of like stacking precious metals, they've both only been doing it for kind of a few years. And it's really nice to listen to people that have had a real life experience. They've been on the planet for a lot longer than myself, and they're just sharing such great knowledge and different insights and their outlook on the world, and they're really trying to help the younger generation to almost do things that maybe they wanted to do earlier in life. Like they discovered stacking a little bit later in life, so they're trying to encourage people to start stacking earlier and start thinking about your financial well-being and your financial education and all the rest of it, and earlier in life. And it's just really, really nice. They're absolutely great lives. If you haven't seen any of them yet, you need to go and watch them, because again, they absolutely fly by, and it's just such a nice dynamic. Like I believe they both met through YouTube, so it's not like they know each other outside of YouTube, and they've only known each other for a few months, I believe. But when they're talking, it's like two old school friends that have known each other for years. Yeah, they're just full of knowledge, and that's just really, really good. And Creative Precious Metals, he likes his Bitcoin, so he's kind of very diversified. A lot of people are not a fan of, well, I say a lot of people, some people that stack precious metals aren't a fan of Bitcoin. It's kind of one or the other in their eyes. It's either a digital asset or a physical asset. Whereas he's kind of more open-minded. He's like, I want a little bit of every pie. Like I can see the potential of Bitcoin, so I want a little bit of Bitcoin, but at the same time, I want to stick to the proven wealth preservation. And the same with Cobra Stacker. Like he is just stacked such a huge amount of weight in gold and silver in such a short period of time. Like his stack is insane. He done a recent video showing 1,000 ounces, that he'd reached 1,000 ounces, and he's only been stacking for, I'm not sure, you'd have to let me know, Cobra, in this video, but I don't think you've been stacking for that long. But you've just been tunnel visioned, you've just been focusing all your energy on what you want to achieve. And yeah, you've achieved so much in such a short space of time, and your stack's amazing. You've got a new backdrop set up, and I just feel like everyone's up in their game with their backdrop. Like the Cobra's got his Cobra Den, and I watched the video the other day, I think like 2 days ago, and he had like all the greenery. I think it was him unboxing all his coronation coins, and he had all the greenery and everything, and the waterfall and the lights, and he looked proper like an Avatar scene, like proper magical scene, like proper captivating, keeps you interested. And I just feel like over the last few months, everyone's really, really up their game in their backdrops. It used to be videos more like this, what I'm filming today, where it was just like the item that you're unboxing or the items that you're talking about in the middle, nothing going on in the background, your hands there, talking about this, and that was kind of it. And I feel like everyone's just up in their game. Future Investments, the Stack Collector, Cobra Stacker, Creative Precious Metals, although he's cheating a little bit because that's kind of his day job. He's into photography, and he's got his studio and everything, so he's got a bit of an advantage over the rest of us because that's kind of his field. So, but yeah, everyone's just up in their backdrops, and it's just so nice to see that people aren't just doing these standard videos anymore, that everyone's thinking about like what people can see in the backdrop and what will be interesting for people to look at and all the rest of it. And I just think it makes much more of a creative video. It's much more of an interesting video, and it's nice because when you're listening to the video, you're also looking in the backdrop. You're going, oh, what's that? It's a Groot there. Look, Stack Collector's got a Groot. Oh, look, they've got a salt lamp over here. And yeah, I just think it's really cool that everyone's really up in their game. And I do want to take a little bit of credit for that, because I feel like I'm not going to say I started the whole thing of doing backdrops, but I feel like I started pushing the boundaries of what you can do in terms of having stuff going on in the background, but still focus on what you're actually doing, because you've really got to try and get the balance right. You don't want it to be the backdrop too overwhelming that's more interesting than what you're doing, but at the same time, you want it interesting enough that people are going, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. But then this is still the main focus of the video, if you know what I'm trying to say. And I want to take like a little bit of kind of credit because obviously for those of you that have been watching my channel, you'll know that I've got like a filming studio that I film in at the moment. I haven't been filming in there because I need to adjust a few things, and it's a little bit messy, and I need to get some more silver out of storage and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I feel like because I created my kind of filming studio and I had lots of stuff going on, it kind of inspired other people to do the same and start putting things in their backdrops. So yeah, it's really, really nice to see that the precious metals community is evolving. It's nice to see new people getting involved in stacking. It's nice to see the younger generation getting involved in stacking. It's nice to see that a lot younger people now are interested in precious metals. When I first started my channel, which was only like 8 months ago, my age for people watching my videos, it was mainly male, and it was mainly between the ages of 40 and 50 and 50 and 60. So mainly male dominated, mainly the older generation. Now when I look at my analytics, it's a real mixture. You've got like the youngest generation looking at it, and I don't know what the youngest measurement goes down to, but let's say it's 17 to 18, for example. You've got 17 to 18-year-olds looking at precious metals. It's not like 100% male now. It's still heavily weighted towards male. I think it's like 80-20 or something. But we are starting to see more female stackers coming onto the scene. We've got Raven Ivy, we've got Tuli, we've got and I never mention her because I never want to butcher the name of her channel, but it's Bungie something. And I'm really sorry, but I've butchered it again. But I will have a little look and try and put a link in the description. Bungie something, and she's from, I believe, New Zealand or Australia, somewhere like that, where there's loads of like outdoor space, loads of nice nature, loads of nice scenery, and she films outside, and she's got a great channel as well. And there's a lot more female, and I'm sorry if I've forgotten your name on the spot now, but there's a lot more female stackers coming into the precious metals community, and it's so nice to see. It's just a real mix now. It's not just stacking is made for the older generation. You don't have to be 50 or 60 years old and male to stack precious metals. Now there's people that are just leaving school or still in school that are interested in gold and silver. And you don't have to be male. Like females are getting into it. Like I think like we're sharing it with our partners more. We're getting involved in videos. We're showing them what we're buying instead of just kind of making it our own little hobby. We're kind of involving them more into it and things like that. So yeah, I just think it's a real mix now, a real mix of people that are looking into precious metals. And I think that us as creators, we need to give ourselves a pat on the back because we're the ones that are making our videos more creative. Like I said, we're making our backdrops more exciting. We're making the thumbnails more interesting. People want to click on the videos to see what you've got in your backdrop, what you're going to unbox next. And I just think it's a joint effort from all of us as creators to have kind of changed the diversification, if you like, of people that are getting involved in stacking. So yeah, don't really know the title of this video. We're covering lots of topics here, but and I always hate doing videos where I'm mentioning lots of different channel names because I always miss out channels, and I don't mean to do it. Like I watch so many stacking channels. You've got World Money Wins, you've got Cranky Stacker, you've got so many different channels that make great content. And I don't like doing videos where you're shouting out loads of different channels because I always feel like you miss people out. Like you miss out people like Poor Man's Gold who have been in the community for a long period of time. There's all these different people that, top of my head now, I can't think of, but I watch their videos, and you know who you are if you're watching this video. You know I comment on your videos, I like your videos, we interact. But there's so many people out there that have all got to give themselves a pat on the back because together we're all making a wider audience see how good and rewarding stacking precious metals can be, and we really are changing the way that people look at stacking. It's no longer looked at as like a male dominated investment, and you have to kind of be coming up to retirement to be interested in this stuff. It's not looked at like that anymore. Everyone's liking the idea of owning something physical, and it's just really nice to see the dynamics and a more wider diversified range of people getting involved in stacking. Now we're going to finally get to unboxing what I've got here. I don't know how much I'm going to edit this video down because I have really rambled in this video. I might leave it completely raw, and this isn't my first whiskey. This is probably my fifth whiskey, so yeah, apologies for the rambling. We're going to get straight into the video. I say we're going to get straight into the video. We're 30 minutes in now. Again, I forgot this was from Bullion by Post. Now, the reason I forgot this was from Bullion by Post is because I actually ordered this via eBay. Now, Bullion by Post have their own website that you can go onto, and 9 times out of 10, I'd recommend going onto their website over eBay because their eBay prices are a bit inflated to counteract the fees that they have to pay when people buy through eBay. So I would definitely recommend going on to Bullion by Post's main website. And the only reason I went on to eBay to pick these up is because they were out of stock on the main website. So yeah, I'm going to pull it out of the way just so I can remove my invoice. Here we go. So we all have Savage Stacker and Constitutional Stacker to thank for me picking up these. Now, going back to what we was talking about earlier about people doing lives and how certain people match up really, really well. When they collaborate, the lives are really, really interesting and really, really good. Constitutional Stacker and Savage Stacker did a live the other day. Now, I know Savage Stacker's been a little bit inactive over the last few weeks or months, and that is because he's got his own business that he's starting and he's got lots of stuff going on the side. So he's got other things going on at the moment that are keeping him like preoccupied, but he is doing videos here and there. And he did a live the other day, and it was a bit of a random spontaneous live because I didn't see anything advertising that it was coming up or anything. I just literally saw it pop up on the feed. Constitutional Stacker was doing a live, next minute Savage Stacker joined. Amazing live, really, really good. It was nice to kind of hear what Savage has been up to. And it was also always nice to hear from Constitutional Stacker, because Constitutional Stacker has been a huge support of my channel. He's one of the first stacking channels I stumbled across when I first started stacking precious metals. And he's just a really nice bloke. He's a genuine bloke. I've got a lot of time for Constitutional Stacker. And like I said, he's a huge member of the community. Many of you watching this video will know who he is. And he's one of those channels that is slightly underrated. Well, I say slightly underrated, really, really underrated. He's one of these channels that deserves so many more subscribers. And it's like you watch his videos and the way he talks and his excitement about stacking and his stories and the way he tells his stories are really, really interesting. And he just one of these channels that's really, really underrated. And he does need a lot more subscribers. But yeah, he was doing a live and him and Savage get on really, really well. And it's really nice to watch them when they're on the live together, because they're both really, really passionate about stacking precious metals and they've got some great stories to tell. But yeah, we've got that live to thank for today's pickup. And that was because Savage Stacker was showing off some of his stack. And he got this big, it was like a monster box, I think, or a big plastic tub. And it had all his silver chucked in. It was like a treasure chest. It was so cool to see. It had 10-ounce bars in there. It had 1 kilogram bars in there, some 1 ounce pieces and constitutional pieces, everything all chucked in this big old plastic crate. It was amazing. And he was going around with his camera just showing it all off. And I saw these on there. Now, I think he's got the 5-ounce version of these, but that's not in my budget at the moment. So I have gone for the 2-ounce version, which I think is the smallest you can get them in. I don't think they do 1-ounce versions of these, but look at these. These are the Scottsdale Silver Stacker rounds. Now, many of you will know that I absolutely love my stacker bars from Scottsdale Silver. And I've said it before, Scottsdale Mint is one of the best mints in the world. The stuff they bring out is truly amazing. It's such high quality silver. All of their products that come out look fantastic. They've recently released a cowboy round, and I've only seen a handful of channels showcasing it, but it looks amazing. It's got such cool detail, really, really nice piece. I've searched everywhere here in the UK to pick one up, and I can't find them anywhere. I think I found one on eBay from the US, and the import charges and the postage stuff was insane, so it just didn't make sense. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous looking pieces of silver. Whatever they bring out just seems to do really, really well. And I stayed away from these for a while because their stuff is such high quality. It does contain a bit more of a premium. Those 10-ounce stacker bars that I buy, I could have got so much more for my money in terms of silver if I was to put the same amount that I invested in those 10-ounce stacker bars into just generic silver and stuff like that. But you really do pay the premium for the quality and the craftsmanship of their silver, and it does hold its premiums. Like if you notice with the Scottsdale stuff, it really does hold its premium because they are a renowned name. But yeah, let's get into this. I'm chatting a bit too much in today's video for my liking. I haven't got any scissors or anything on hand. I could go and grab some, but there we go. Oh, I've had my eye on these for a long time now. They're not quite as good as the one that Savage was showing off in his videos. He's got the 5-ounce version of these, and they are so chunky. But like I said, that's not currently in my budget. I'm trying to slow down a little bit on silver purchases because I'm trying to level out my portfolio a little bit more. But wow. Look at that. Now, I'm actually glad the sun's gone down a little bit because you can really look at that. Now, these actually look so much better in the hand. I'm just going to hold it there for a little bit so you can just look at all that detail. These are so much better in the hand than on photos. Look at that detail. Got the lion there with the crown on. 3D really pops. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous piece of silver. Let's have a closer look. So these are obviously made to stack. They're the stack of rounds, so they're similar to the stack of bars where they kind of stack up. You can see there it says 2 troy ounces, 999. Fine silver, quite hard to focus in this light, but Scottsdale mint. And then it says the same again on that bit. And this is the kind of the other side it goes in, and that bit's raised, and that helps them stack. Now, look at these, absolutely gorgeous. Now, let's have a look how well they stack. Look at that. Look at that. Now, they're not as tight fitting. Now, they are quite tight fitting, to be fair. They've got a little bit of movement, but they're not quite as tight fitting as the stack of bars, the 10-ounce stack of bars. Obviously, because they're rectangle, it's easier to kind of fit them in, and also you haven't got the actual design that's stacking. It's more of just a rectangle that's stacking, so they fit really snug. Whereas you've got a little bit of movement here, but no, nothing major. Here we go. And the thing you've got when you're buying these stacker bars, and now I know Scottsdale Silver aren't the only company that do stacker bars. I'm pretty sure Amex, and that's a company in America, I believe. So I haven't got any Amex pieces in my stack. I think they do their own version of stacker bars, and I think they look very similar to Scottsdale stacker bars. But yeah, so there are other kind of products out there that do stack, but yeah, like I said, Scottsdale mint is their quality of their silver is amazing. Look at that. And the thing is, when you're buying stacker bars or rounds, you can never just buy one. It won't make any sense just to buy one because you don't get to appreciate the stack inside of it. So you're always going to buy 2 of these if you're buying a stacker bar or a stacker round. And they're very addictive. I watch videos on YouTube where people have huge stacks of the Scottsdale stacker bars. Huge stack. I can't remember what channel it was, but there's a channel I watched a while ago and they had like 100 of them or something crazy like that. They just had so many of them across the table. I've got 10 of them and that's a nice stack, but imagine having 100, like insane. It wouldn't make sense to me to go that heavy on them just because of the premiums. I'd much rather pick up some more weight than flood all my money into more premium items. But yeah, really cool to watch on a video, and that's the beauty of YouTube as well. It's nice to be able to see things that aren't in your price range or in your budget or even in your stacking goals and enjoy them through the video and appreciate them through someone else, because there might be many of you watching this video that don't like the premiums on these or they don't fit your stacking goals, but you can still appreciate them through these videos. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous looking pieces of silver. I'm going to have to wrap the video up because my memory is coming to an end. It's quite good. This phone that I use to record tells you how much memory you've got left. So it says I've been recording for 44 minutes. Now, when I upload this video, it won't be 44 minutes because I'm going to edit it down a little bit, take out some bits where I was coughing and stuff like that. But yeah, so I've only got 3 more minutes of recording time. I don't want to risk it cutting out on itself. I don't want to lose this whole video, but yeah, that's the video done pretty much anyway. Shout out to everyone in the community. Shout out for those of you that create content. Shout out for those of you that watch the videos. And thanks for everyone that's watched this video. Really, really do appreciate it. Leave a random comment in the comment section to confuse those people that haven't watched all the way to the end. Pick your own one today. Pick a colour and a random animal. So for example, green and elephant, and write that in the comment section. So if you made it all the way to the end, and I quite often do this in my videos, and some people ask me what's going on, what they don't understand. But if you watch my videos to the end, you'll understand. Quite often when you watch my videos to the end, and I only normally do it in videos that are kind of 10 minutes or longer, I put a thing at the end saying comment monkey shoes or something like that, and it's just a way of confusing people that have clicked on the video and they don't watch to the end and they just go straight to the comments and they see all these random comments like monkey shoes and everything, like what the hell's going on. I just think it's quite funny to confuse people, for those people that just kind of bounce around videos and don't really support the channels and they're just kind of watching little clips here and there. So yeah, so in today's video, comment a colour and an animal. So for example, green elephant, any colour, any animal, put it in the comment section to confuse those of people that haven't made it to the end. For those of you that have made it to the end, I really, really appreciate it. A bit of a random video today, a bit all over the place, bit of a shout out video, bit of an unboxing. But yeah, these rounds are absolutely gorgeous. What great pieces of silver. Just the way they just fit snugly like that together. So nice. So yeah, I'm going to wrap the video up because I don't want my phone to stop recording. As always, thanks very much for all the support. Thanks for watching my videos. I really, really do appreciate everyone that watches my videos, everyone that sticks around, everyone that comments, everyone that shares, everyone that likes. It's very, very overwhelming. As always, thanks very, very much, and I hope you have a very nice day.